everyone. Before we get on with the review, I wanted to go over the um, rewrite for the essay. You're going to be able to rewrite any of the essays that you've submitted, just the one. A rewrite means that you have to have submitted one essay in order to rewrite it. So make sure you have something already submitted. Normally, I expect about 60% revision when it comes to a rewrite. So be aware of that. A rewrite can be a very powerful tool for those of you who have missed an essay. This is a great chance for you to first submit a really crappy essay, and then you can submit your rewrite, and then you can catch up on some points that way. So remember to use that, especially if you've fallen behind. If you just want another chance at a better grade, feel free to use it that way as well. One thing I'm going to do this week is try to grade all the remaining essays, including Essay 2 and Essay 3. For Essay 3, I'm going to just give you a grade. And if you want more concise comments, feel free to ask, and I will add them into your submission. But I feel that if you are going to rewrite an essay, you should know which one to rewrite, and so you should know how you did on that third essay. So I'm going to just give you a number grade and try to get that out to you as soon as possible so that you'll know which essay to grade. Now, let's get on with the review. Most of this should be pretty familiar with you, but let's go over it anyway. So this is a study sheet for the final. It's going to have several parts. I'll explain how the final works on the week of the final, which will be next week. But these are all parts of the final that, or these are all important elements that you have to be aware of for the final. So this might be a good time to get a little studying in, okay? So, or at least some review. Alright, so let's get started here. MLA style. This covers the font size, the margin length, the information at the top of the page, double space. What else is there? I think that's about it. Oh, you should also know the page number, and I think that's about, for the most part, what you're supposed to be aware of when it comes to MLA style. MLA citations, this is the information that you put at the back of your essays. So remember commas, where the commas go, where the periods go, in what order things should be presented. Should be review for some of you, but some of you have not been doing your works cited pages, so some of you may find this new, but it is going to be part of the final. So review on how to properly make MLA citations. Okay. The next few terms are all from the book, and I've put in where you can, on which part of the book you can find page numbers 284, 285, 289, and 295. The first three are all the forms of appeals. Emotional, that is the type of appeal that goes at the emotion of the reader. Ethical, this is not about morals or good and wrong. This is about credibility of the author. Okay. Logical, that's facts, figures, the stuff you would normally put in a essay. Fallacies, the book has several examples of fallacies. I'd just like you to remember 4 of them, and I think you should do well for the final. Now, rhetoric is a term I realize I should put in here because it's the name of the class, and a lot of people don't know what rhetoric is. Rhetoric is, by my definition, I would call it the fine art of persuasion. How you argue, and it all depends on whether you succeed or not, and whether you succeed or not is not a science. That's why we call it an art. Um, I can do, steps 1 through 3, and it still depends on the person whether my rhetoric or my argument was persuasive. So it's an art and not a science. Okay. Gothic, I think we covered this term. It's something that is haunting, um, uh, has a dark connotation. Um, Obviously, examples of Gothic were in Poe's story and in the Yellow Wallpaper. Unreliable narrator, once again, a narrator that you just cannot trust. This would also apply to Poe's Casa Amontillado and Wallpaper. A symbol, this is something that represents something else. We see this all the time in poetry, so you should be pretty aware of what a symbol is. Epistolary means having to do with letter writing, and we see that in the Yellow Wallpaper when the narrator is writing. She's writing to herself, but it is still an epistolary story. Kafkaesque is something that is nightmarish and surreal. Obviously, the best example of what is Kafkaesque is in Metamorphosis, which was written by Kafka, right? Love poetry has to do with romance. It has to do with the type of poetry that involves wooing of someone. It should not include poetry in which you have love in a non-romantic way, like familial love or fatherly love or motherly love or brotherly love. These types of loves don't really fit the love poetry definition, so be aware of that, okay? Metaphor is comparing something without like or as, and simile is comparing something with like or as. Allusion is referencing something without actually using the main reference. So, referencing something that you don't call it out by name. When I say "What's up, Doc?" you know that I mean Bugs Bunny. Literary double. This is something we saw from the play Importance of Being Earnest. Literary double is someone who has similarities, physical or character-wise, to another character, and by comparing the two characters, we are able to see the uniqueness of each. So in The Importance of Being Earnest, Algernon and Jack are literary doubles because they are brothers, but they also seem to have similarities in that they both are duplicitous. They both lie. But we know that Jack seems to be the more honest of the two, while Algernon seems to be more of the rascal, and just his character stands out a bit more. He has a weird appetite, and he likes to dress better. And so we see Jack as the guy who doesn't like to dress up as much, right? Okay, Comedy of Manners is the type of genre we read for Importance of Being Earnest. It's a type of play that was very popular around the turn of the century. It uses wit and the comedy of the social classes to bring about certain social situations that was a good place to poke humor at. So that's what a Comedy of Manners is, and Importance of Being Earnest is a quintessential example of the Comedy of Manners. Alright, so that is your study sheet. That if you are very familiar with these terms, I think you should do well for the final. Just be aware that you should get your chance to study before you take the final. The final is going to be broken up into several parts, so you'll be able to take one part one time and then the other part another time, but some parts will take much longer than other parts, so be aware of that. If you have any more questions, you can always email me and I'll be happy to answer. So good luck, and next week I'll have the final up.